Yeah, that's the kind of assurance we are free in buying her. Because election in Ghana has, over the years, and I think your track record enviable in the sub-regional countries be use Ghana as a reference point in most of the discussions in the electoral platforms as Sabi Omudi FM. So that is the kind of statement you expect from your government. A bit deep in assurances, because I heard some of your friends cracks in some of the major elections across Africa, and then the consequences are dear Chiraba Sabi. Makasa elections are turning many parts of Africa into a killing field. There are a lot of graveyards. I'll be pointed to wait me they justify and as I wait him they actually say yes, Sani way assisi. But the good question we will be saying was this is the same government was supervising one of the worst elections in our history. And in 2020 we also saw what happened. So the kind of groupings now come where not just groupings I didn't think I was saying. Groupings now all kind of groupings are sabi political party be called Mali cause Mali for some and as a cause your friends say more can impure from saying Fulani for some fast kind of way and call electoral area. And your chroma people are sabi a more your security apparatus numa sabi ya army or to the teeth. They were the very people who fomented all the kind of troubles here, and these people were under the same government. So as a sensible government, you might want to ask yourself and do self-introspection and ask yourself, say, they see 2020, and there be na why ya fa ho. Me adia etimi sunsumu what happened in Techiman, and I always make reference to, because you see, it's not something that just happened though. We saw on the video. Soldier ni police ni asabi wako training. This is one of the most disciplined institutions you can ever find in the world. The military. Yeah. You don't just pull the trigger just like that. On the civilian asabi organ on arm. Like I just say, even at the battlefield, we are soldier ni now call one who shoot to be not turning the back no Ghanaian. You don't shoot the person. It is only a coward and will shoot to somebody from behind. But in recent instances, in Nigeria, we saw citizens. Ye dwane from a scene so the niakoto egeji nipa asise or warfare aboni tuokuno ewo maimu under the same reckless old man Akufo-Addo. Nothing has happened, and you're going to Techima in the next year. Yes, means as a president na koso obi kutu paso nko tutuo, but as a leader, that's where you come in to remedy the situation. Sabe ya betimi deter further engagement in the future and it will not happen again. We had it in the video. Nipa kutwa omoto enkura to, and I was told say okọ Techima na enkura no to abo na sabi umo dama so obi to bo a ye de to ne sia no na dogwe say akura to bo a so je ne ye tell ye de to ne sia no. How can you justify this? And we had this thing on video. Till date, nothing, no investigation. The president has never, he doesn't even care. Committee na yesati up, no? Committee bang.
Why the white paper?
Nothing, not even a committee. A committee ba why you rubbish here. You was some George the president says, some George a city member, no, a provoke, a hooligan, and on that particular way, no, justify. But if you meet me attack a city member of parliament, you get away. How much more an ordinary person? So that particular way, na young probino, abaye a dent on the conscience of whatever that we are doing. So Akufo-Addo cannot assure anybody. Say elections now you're going to 2024 is going to be free and fair. I have told people, say the election 2024 from the way I see it, it's really going to be bloody. And where actor now will come up, people will be prepared, because from where I sit, I don't see any political party going into 2024 election with the intention, say, if there is any impasse, Biana will go to court. Because as we speak, our judicial system, people have lost trust and confidence in the judicial setup because of what happened. So people will make sure, say, whatever differences in the election, will be settled on the grounds. And that is very dangerous. And to what any analysis be the possibility say take a drive into violence, are very high. But I dare say Nasanka yetimi are going to some of these things. Now people are more perpetrating these things, aban no de na si form amaya probe these matters and ya punish amanfo asanhye amanfo then going into the next elections no obi a won bia no will be rest assured say they see here no the government actually did something and we are hopeful say bibia ebesibia no but we are talking about state actors state now sponsor hooligans and thugs army omo with guns and your friend is saying all the resources you need and they are unleashing mayhem and terror on innocent civilians. At the end of the day, nothing happened because the president became a beneficiary. He told people, this was saying a few regrettable deaths because the election, or the elections was peaceful for few regrettable deaths. Few regrettable deaths in the year. Young people dying in Techiman in a broad day. He went to Techiman. I say Akufo-Addo is a heartless, callous man, and I don't hate him. Listen, Techiman, Nipa Obi Bawu during elections. I don't just say things just like that. I'm proving it to you why he's heartless. Obi Bawu during elections. When I was commander in chief, BBSC, you didn't go to Techiman. One set up committee. Nipa no mukun kra no e video so bia you go to Techiman and asema ko ka kire omo ne say Techiman for me buafu mo pa me mama region man to aba ma me nipa no mu here no even to make an effort say me ko hu mo busia for na me no makokasa till date nothing happened. Unya Carlos, how can you be then I be me ayesa. This is a president though, because we are president, you carry the soul of the state. Nearman bet me see and Rollins the time there were a lot of SSs and not only but another day he's blamed for that. What I say. So as a president, men kasa won now show be to pass you became a beneficiary. But take proactive measures. Sabeya amount for because another way governance and leadership, and ya the who be it is about always sustaining and maintaining that line of trust between but the political establishment and the people. Whenever that trust is there, the citizen will do everything to ensure say they support you. People will do that. There was a time in Seoul, Abra South Korea, you go through difficulties, The people of South Korea lined up on the street. Obi owo gold, Obi owo silver, Obi owo diamond. They gave it to the government. The government to be survival because there was trust and respect. Yes. Now this cabal of Yefen saying criminals here who are say Ghana boy. Na say Ghana ni kwamfa ni nsanso mo de besom amongu ye nyina eti so because that's what ordinary Ghanaian will say eto de ade ne ye bolt oku ne ye kunkwa. So I think say baby I nenam no asem bia nu Akufo-Addo ne cohort ne ba ka kire Ghana for be taken serious because he is a man whose work cannot be taken serious because he has proven sufficiently say he is nothing but a walking political contradiction. Or can't say man he mean the other side. Because some person will show people so elections will be violent freer. Then you start dealing with what happened in the past. You are going for the first time in our history. You are going to elections about 8 people. And for the first time in a civilized democratic dispensation like ours, no investigation has been conducted. How are they going to why ne kuno na busi for your compensating wine? So that kind of inactions on the part of government and not trigger a police police for cranu. Look at some of the carnage akoso Okroma say nipa ye ku omo Okroma akwakosi say enkranza issue last year ba ha ne ye be kan ye say abrante bi yakuno obi police for nkonko calm the situation they end up killing another person till date e say na akwakosi there is no briefing so no dey no ask yourself say what is the level of trust between people and the police and going to the next elections at the end of the day what the only thing about you see ade amanfo nim ni say e ya na bi ma dwene ye omo say you can't among mu security a soldier for do a wo ne your friend say atuo ne we awo. That is a lie. The biggest security apparatus and an instrument of mind biawo is a kind of trust that exists between citizens and the security your friend is saying apparatus now.
Let me help you here. I mean chawa no so men kakasabo and share now with this issue about Techiman South. Now listen to this headline. In 2023, we don't commiserate with armed robbers. Joe Wise justifies Akufo-Addo's silence on Techiman South's death. Now, in his immediate critique of President Akufo-Addo's State of the Nation's address, Haruna Idrisu, the minority leader in parliament at the time, identified the president's silence on the persons killed during the 2020 elections as a major flaw of the address, now describing it as conspicuous. Haruna Idrisu bemoaned President Akufo-Addo's failure to capture the death of the 5 people in the elections of the final address of his first term. Now, and I quote, was the Honorable House, thanks to the President for this message on the State of the Nation address. Mr. President, we leave our fractured democracy in your hands. Conspicuously lost in your speech is the loss of lives in Techiman South and other parts of Ghana, the minority leader stated. Now, Ebaya Bayeno, Ena Ura Joseph Osei Ewusu, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, MP, Edimadisho Mobekwai, Aene, was one called Parliament Biomono. Now, the response, Ebaya. Osei, the Bekwai Member of Parliament, in an interview with a media station in Accra, on the sidelines of the event, likened the victims of the Techiman South shooting incident to armed robbers gunned down by the police. Ivan.
and nipa ya okasa ye nipa da sanya could like sort of amana or MP or representing people because other way see is you taking everything out, this is sabi or more parent or more busianfo, and you look at the level of devastation sabi parents family they go through the scare across to individuals no more close sabi omunya brush with this incident no sympathizing with them, not calling for investigation, but in his twisted head he has concluded say these guys were criminals. And my catch was look at the video. Even me man who say no be to abo. Now as a trained security personnel say obi to boa yemfa to enhia no. So there is no way asem o kan be nyansa asem. And that is why I tell you say nyansa eni grehemo. That's why I'm telling you say Obako court. I don't know how many times you've been to court. Obako court yes, a 70-year-old man akọ 50 akra wedi 5 years. Now I think a court to say when you judge no we don't na to prison. But it is about the state of mind why. So it has nothing to do with age.
Defilement.
Winim nyansa. That is it. So penyina ya to abama was representing nipa. Okwase wo dem in our private conversation we can have a lot of our personal opinions, but whenever you are in a public space and you speaking and a man for etia asem o kan ye say parents no teach man and I say abusiafo no te ho how would they take this particular thing? And this is a leader. So you see that is the and these are a tira dream of mine no. Oh yeah,
it's a dream of mine.
It's a dream of mine. Say na dream. And to what baby now we hope say Ghana na be yeah. These are head that are thinking for this country because major decision nye Katie Hamone your friend is saying or say we see as if no buteki. And this is the kind of statement, public statement, because you see in our public statement appear to be more refined than our private conversations. Because nipa babo ntia in the public space the omo kan no edit and a chire who dey because I don't know what dwene ho I dey see yemponi o because yeah because asema metan radio so meka no me no ko chia dan ma ye beka na raw enti maba meka in public space no I refine enti refined imponi o na private. And these are the head that are thinking for this country. I think Ghanaians should know better.
Dr. Bamian said, me found to him say settle all electoral disputes at the court.
Oh yes, and ideally that is. And I'm she see ya. If nothing has happened in this country, electoral dispute in the democracy won't you go to court and you settle. At the end of the day, parties, are you happy with it? But the question is, you see. What people don't get in say in dispensing justice, it is not about the judge sitting in court and my family and me atu and me free say that here and my settle no in dispensing justice, and that must come in tandem with public trust and confidence among for so urge the whole canatum because the whole essence of justice is to ensure say we hold society together. And any ruling be a seeking to further disintegrate society, that is not justice, and that is not your friend saying, so they settle dispute. So yeah, we've gotten to a point for whatever reasons, public trust and confidence in the judiciary, and they need and you have some of the major political actors like NDC, for instance. The last time I heard President Mahama Noka say, the party said one day they are not going to court, and I've listened to other political parties making the same claim because. Courts, for quite some time now, appear to have been weaponized, and all the rulings are ever, seek to favor a particular interest. So at the end of the day, public trust in the institution called court, is no longer there. And Baumia telling people says, one thing elections are saying now go to court, and say there is a certain plan that is going on, and at the end of the day, it will favor him, and we're making such comment because say asem eba out of elections and Baumia never will be so being court, and increasingly, I want to becoming quite aware say you are controlling the court. So I know the day trust our court, and then they saying that particular trust is not there. So I know the day invest all your energy in ensuring say the kind of danger abeka your court to know and Emma a man for any trust and confidence what court to know ube ye free ho yantia no be the a man for the easy court to can say Chief Justice to coin to the date ko just oba ansa. Yes, Chief Justice to coin or the date ko until so be no we na date and they sat down making sure say easy registration no we ansa na ye kwatena asem no so enti asem no ye di we na ye foolish case dominivo issue no ba na ye betena se di asem no ye tena se ma ye pam no wie ma even the actual date of say or retirement no kra pa ho ansa na court no be ka kire say na president eni ho kwan say o ye sa ade no. So you see strategically ye never yashada ye say government the obey bia will go through. At the end of the day public people are not fools, so they are looking at what is happening, reading meanings into it. So at the end of the day whatever inform will you make it's up to them. You cannot force somebody to trust the court. You cannot force somebody to accept judicial ruling. Up to you now by yes until say a month for dream by your fine. That is the only point of me realize the court is an independent arbiter. Bibi ba ye bedi. Maka to say yet your mind when people prefer assembly obeko and to akobodua than so obeko court. Because at the end of the day court there was a time I said there was a case between Wuntu winning the former national chairman of NDC, chairman of some people.
92.3.
Wuntu win the assembly to someone the assembly court. Or call for a substituted case. Sabaya publish it. Sabaya case in never call for still date. It's been 3 good years to 4 good years in there. Assembly no obi amfrey.
Be afraid.
Yamfrey, but the same person is in court.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of judicial system we have. Depending on how you stand across the political divide, and I bet you use you to achieve whatever that you want to achieve. But yet on daily basis court in some course a man for a file but because baby and affect somebody in government into ya bomb modern bu eni aguso. So that is not a fair judicial system. You expect say assembly during elections obi be ka say court no be di masama mame. Me say these people what they are doing they are pushing Ghana consistently into an arena carnage. Me say 2024 elections is going to be one of the worst elections Ghana for experience. Full of violence and other stuff. That is how I see it.
Until signal go to court, calculated attempt.
Oh yes.
Yeah, water down pressure. But I mean, yes, parties need be winning.
No, you see, it's a scheme that party bang. You see, IPAC and jokers and toy parties in the come on, massa. These people have assembled jokers and toy parties who don't even that is the truth. Don't even have constituencies. These are jokers and toy parties. Just to IPAC platform. It's not a platform. It's a platform for discourse. You can say and bye. And the other buy, na but these toy parties have been brought in terms of their nominal numerical value. It doesn't serve any better purpose. What I say, election are turning Africa into a killing field. I may say a lot of people have lost their life, a lot of business in there say going into these elections, you're making sure say the rules of engagement will be plain. People will have trust and confidence in the election. What lose, win. As simple as that. But this stratagem that is being cooked behind the scenes, I try say, come what may, we will use the system to win the elections, whichever way, using the military like it happened in 2020. Trust me, Ghanaians will not back because the kind of experiences are Ghana for businessmen, contractors, teachers, nurses, the kind of experience that Ghana for they say many will fight dying I prefer so Umbewu than to allow this particular regime to continue. You don't know the feeling in town. So the Omokeka Kanano Metisa Kwabia Nafuka Krakati Flaster House on fairness. I will say, I will not give our power. Power na medium on fairness. Look at him. This is a guy, if there is violence in Ghana, he cannot even run to save himself. This is a guy who cannot even run to save himself. He's telling you he has power. You see, these are just jokers. Power did you meeting? Now say mremi duru ha.
92.3.
Say kroma emema wa ha.
Ivan mame eno ase. Ora Ivan che innocent. Ora Enoch. Mame ma 3 minutes wo ho. Na for wrap up na fi pa ho mane so. Why? Ghana 40.